Alrighty, let's talk about the bow pattern for Allegro. So for Allegro, we're going to use something called marcato, or a zippy bow, is how you think of it. So if you look in your music, it has a dot and a line above each note here. So that just means we're going to use a really zippy bow. So we're going to use a full bow, but we're not going to connect. So we have space between our notes. So it's like this. Right? So we're zippy bows. It's not faster, right? The notes are still happening at our regular, instead of this. It's the same speed, we're just putting space between them. Okay? And that's for everything except for that third line where it says dolce. And it doesn't have those markings anymore. So these are just regular connected. And then that's really it. So all of our eighth notes are going to be pretty short, right? And then everything that's a quarter note or longer is going to be a full bow. So our half notes as well are going to be a full bow. And then we have a retake at the end of each line. So if you look, each line starts with a down bow. So just make sure we're doing that. And then the very last thing to look at for this piece is if we look at the third line, it says dolce, but at the end of that line it says rit, which means ritardando, which just means to slow down. And then it has like this kind of arch with a dot in it. It almost looks like an eye. And that is a fermata. Okay, that just means we're going to pause. We can pause for as long as we want, but we're going to pause because it's right underneath that breath mark, which is kind of just like a slight pause. So if we were to play it, so I guess one other thing to point out is in the next line it says a tempo, which means back to our regular speed. So we've slowed down, we've paused, and now we're going straight back into our regular speed. So it would sound like this. Right? So that's how our bow pattern works for Allegro. Okay? Have a wonderful week. Happy practicing, and let me know if you have any questions.